As I pulled over and stopped on the Washington Bridge, I was approached by an officer, and I was asked for license and registration, which I handed, and also the insurance card. The officer asked me right then and there, "Are you carrying anything?" And I asked him, "What?" He said, "I don't know, guns, drugs." I said, "What kind do you want?" I was being sarcastic. But he then turned around and went to his car. I was watching him from the left part of my window, the rear mirror. And he didn't even make it to his car when he was starting to walk back. And he told me my license was suspended. I then turned around and asked him, "I don't think you checked, you didn't get into your car." He asked me if I could step out of the car. What I'm doing, and I'm going to be brief on this because I don't want to prolong this testimony. It actually took almost 2 hours. They took me out of the car. They did a patty search, which is feeling what you have in your pockets. They placed me in handcuffs and put me in a vehicle. They asked me again if I had anything in the vehicle. My answer was no. I never identified where I worked or what I did. That is true. Then the officer, or one of the officers, turned around and said he was going to be calling a canine unit. I asked him why. He said, "Because we're going to search your car." What I'm explaining to you isn't what necessarily happens with all police departments and all police officers. But I lived the experience for the first time in my life, living in Providence for over 44 years, the example of what is being described to you. Long story short, what ended up happening was a vehicle did come with a canine unit from North Providence. I happened to work at a law office that happened to be the solicitor of North Providence. So it was interesting, because I just wanted to see the outcome of this. What ended up happening was they didn't find anything. I was told, "You're lucky, we're going to let you go." I smiled and said, "Really?" Madam Chair, it does exist. Profiling does exist.